That was the Smiths, still ill. You're listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. We are pre-recording Matt Morgan. He's on the show too. Why are you looking at me like that for?
Because you've come in here, eaten nuts and sprayed them all over me. Eating an apple and literally sprayed me with it. As you bit into it like a horse.
Was the nut thing not literal then? Was that metaphorical with the nuts? Did I metaphorically spray you with nuts?
Bits of nut
Mr.
down you.
Poet man.
Little white dots of nut.
Hey, nut dots. You don't know nut dots.
Right, open the show properly.
Way! BBC Radio 2, the Russell Brand Show, best radio show in the whole effing world. Guess who we got coming up later?
The Queen.
No, it didn't go that well. I mean, it was good. It was good, and I wouldn't rule it out in the future. It would be good if we developed a relationship with Her Majesty the Queen. It was a bit like the Noel Gallagher relationship. I think we're going to ring the Queen a bit later. All right, love. Oh, I'm a bit busy. Come on, make an effort to attend us about her private
Do you
life.
think she's got a mobile phone? Of course not.
No, she wouldn't need one, would she? Someone else would just give her a phone when she needs one.
On a cushion.
It better be on a cushion. It better be. Treat that lady with respect. I quite liked her. I mean, you know, I wasn't able
She'll
to...
be over the moon to hear that.
Yeah, I'll tell you
quite
what.
liked her.
She's
She was
alright.
alright.
She's okay. Lovely. Sexy. Boop,
Don't
boop,
say
boop,
that.
I liked her a lot. I like her and that other fella she's always hanging out with. You know him.
Who, Elton John?
That's the one. Pair of them, you should see them together. Inspiring. Right, okay, thanks for listening to this show. It is a pre-recorded show. We're doing this yesterday as far as you're concerned. And here's some things that are coming up later. 1. Ronnie Wood, out of the band The Rolling Stones, will be coming in here to talk about his life with the Rolling Stones with us. That's going to be good, isn't it, Matt?
Very good.
You like them an awful lot. Oh, he's not coming in here.
No, he's coming on the phone.
What's that chair there for, then?
Don't worry about that.
There's a chair there. The media box. Oh my God, the media box kids are coming in. Right, as we all know, I'm a very kind man, a little bit like a guy in the old days who sometimes ruffled a few feathers, but boy did he get the job done. Yes, it's good old Jesus, or as I call him, me. I've got some kids on here, not kids, young people I think we're meant to call them, from a charity media box. They all made little films, and I said, like, you know, because they want people in the media
What,
to
you can't
help
say
them.
kids these days?
Apparently that's racist now.
Oh, God.
It's racist to kids. So, young people are coming on here. I don't know, which one's coming on today? Imhotep, that mouthy little git. Right, Imhotep's coming in here. He didn't even make a film. He was just some cocky, mouthy comic kid. About,
Yeah.
I don't know, 20. Some bit of a kid. Oh, head full of dreams he is. I hooked him up with people. I was going... He goes, well, that's how we talk, us young people.
Hooked him up with
Yeah, I
people?
hooked him up, guy. I hooked him up, big
Huggy
star. Yeah, I hooked him up, big style, Huggy Bear, and some drugs. That's what they're into, these kids. They love it. No, he goes, he goes, I want to do sketches and that. I introduced him to someone from BBC Free Development and the person from MySpace. So, there you go. I don't know how they're going to help him with
These
his
Jesus
sketches.
things, isn't there?
It's an endless list of Jesus-like acts from me. So, right, so we've got some young kid, Imhotep, who didn't make a film. He was just some stand-up comic. I can't remember what he was doing. He'll tell us when he gets here. We can possibly talk to Peter Sissons, who Matt exposed me as a fancier of only last week.
Really?
You exposed me as him. He might come on the phone.
I'm saying, but he'll come on the phone.
Don't embarrass me if he does, will you?
Well, no, you'll probably embarrass yourself, won't you?
expect I'd
Flustered. Put on your Dawkins voice.
What's
Mr. Sissons, were they the news? Is it all new? Or some of it recycled?
How come, Mr. Sissons, I put it to you. How come there's always half an hour of news every day, even though there can't be as much happening?
Mr. Sissons, is there less news on a Monday? Because the week hasn't all gone by.
Mr. Sissons, on a Friday, do you make the news a bit more cheerful, so when you go out on Saturday with your kids, it's a bit more upbeat? I don't put on a... Mr. Sissons.
I know some other big words, Mr. Sissons. Mr. Sissons, come back!
Mr. Sissons! Oh, Mr. Sissons, I hate saying goodbye, but I love watching you leave. Look at those buns! You've got too much junk in the trunk, Sissons!
Is he still doing the news, or is he...
He come on there the other day, looking like he'd been poured out of a jug. Just sat there.
Oh,
reading
don't
it.
say that.
What?
You called him fat the other day.
Well, I don't even know what that poured out of a jug thing means.
Oh, right.
Do you?
I thought you meant like he was all like he'd been tipped into the studio.
Yeah, that is what I meant.
Why? That means he's fat, doesn't it? Or liquid, which is weird.
I meant liquid, yeah. I meant he was like a liquid newscaster. And there used to be a programme called Liquid News, so how eerie is that, man?
Very eerie.
Well, eerie. So, Sissons, mate, I didn't put on a special voice for Dawkins.
You did.
What did I really? You never listened.
I did.
What, at the time?
Oh, yeah, I was...
You were texting.
No, I listened later.
Listen again.
You were weeing in a
facility.
glass.
Yeah, I did wee in a glass, so that's not very respectful, is it?
No, but he wouldn't have known that.
Whenever I got news for you, right, I really needed a wee. I want to go for a wee, and it was the middle of the recording, and everyone looked a bit like that was an unusual thing to ask for. Merton, he's handed me a empty bottle, and I just, like, went to start weeing in it, and people started panicking.
Really?
Yeah.
You would have done it, they don't even understand.
They don't even understand my ability to wee anywhere I like. Also... David Mitchell out of Mitchell and Webb and Peep Show. Imagine having him on. We can if we want.
Really?
Yeah.
He's funny, isn't he?
He's well funny. It'd be really good to have him on. I like him a lot. So do you think he'll be nice to us?
Yes, I think he will.
James Whittaker, remember we spoke to him about the Queen?
Yes, I think he will.
Good. Well, I hope so. I hope so too.
I keep looking at this list, which is a list of songs,
Yeah.
and thinking, none of these people are on. Rolling Stones, Prince. Oh, actually, we have got Rolling Stones.
See? Don't
But
be
no
so
Smiths,
cynical.
Led Zeppelin, The Prodigy.
Yeah, the project. Oh, right, they're not coming. When are you doing all these lists? Luckily, I ain't got enough time to compile my own list, so I just shout the Smiths as soon as I arrive here. James Whittaker, because remember, since I've met the Queen, I've got a few things to tell you about the Queen. I'll tell you about that later. Noel Gallagher, we're going to phone him up, so we're going to be very
He's
busy.
not been on the show for so long.
I was texting him the other day. He goes to me, he goes, "Oh, look at you meeting the Queen." I goes, "What about you meeting Tony Blair?"
Yeah.
What a hypocrite to have said that to me. And he's tried to make out that his one was like some sort of summit where like he was the voice of the people. Right, and he
The voice of youth.
yeah, that's what he reckoned he was. And then he goes, he goes, well, all right, I'll talk to you on your radio show and we'll have a game of verbal battleships. And I go, yeah, it'll be my royal yacht versus your dirty little tugboat. Good, isn't it? That is what he's got.
Neither battleships, though.
No, I suppose no. And also we might have Steve Merchant on if there's enough time. Not that Steve Merchant is someone that you would take lightly. He's a very fine comic. And we had Ricky Gervais on, so it'd be a nice sort of, I don't know, get the pair together. Also, here's some important information for you listeners of the show and podcast. Me and Matt's TV programme. Jack Kerouac is on BBC 4.
Brand on the Beats, I think it's called.
Brand on the Beats.
That's what it was called when we were making it.
Or On the Road with Russell Brand. Either way, you'll know what it is. It's on, I think, at 9 o'clock on BBC 4. So have a look at that. It'll be on BBC 2 in January. Watch it while it's on BBC 4, though, because it's good. Matt, so I had to do the voiceover for it the other day.
Yes.
Oh, I made it so much funnier.
Really?
Why are you doing that face?
Because I imagine you've gone, oh, look at Matt now. Look at this bit of Matt. What an idiot.
I do see some things like that. There's one bit, you know when we had to do that poetry reading?
Yeah.
That bit, it goes, look at Matt, all nervous, even though we're only doing this poetry reading in a little cafe, and he's wearing makeup. And then it just cuts to him. It's just like unnecessary.
What's Mako's tinted moisturiser?
Oh yeah, tinted moisturiser. Yeah, I think that's what Dolph Lundgren wears when he's doing his kung fu. You
Look,
big
just because I'm a
tart.
TV professional.
I didn't wear no makeup, did I?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
You tried to borrow some of mine.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me, would you?
Yes,
Greed.
I would. I gave you some.
One of the deadly sins. Why is greed and gluttony in it? Because that's more or less the same thing. And I call it the deadly synonym. All right, hello, Russell Brand.
I don't think they're separate sins.
What?
They're not separate
Yes,
sins.
there is. There are 7 deadly sins. Come on, we remember the film. 7 deadly sins: greed,
Yeah,
gluttony,
that's where it
pride,
started
wrath,
from.
sloth.
7.
Yep, that's. I believe there's a little biblical tale.
Kevin Spacey made up the 7 deadly sins.
He cooked them up in his little brain. Okay, so what do you
Hang
want
on,
to...
greed and gluttony. Gluttony are
They're both
separate
7 deadly
things.
sins. No, they're separate sins. G, do you know about this?
Yeah, but you can greed for money, but you can't have gluttony. Gluttony's for food.
Yes. Yeah.
Why do you have a
Consumption.
separate thing just for food? Why not? You know, and also envy and jealousy are a bit too alike.
What? They're not separate.
I don't know about that one, but jealousy's not a deadly sin actually.
What about
but
wrath?
envy is.
Wrath.
Yeah, wrath. Oh no, I just done some wrath.
Full of wrath.
Oh, I'd like to come out, but I've got too much wrath. There's an email from one of your schoolmates here somewhere. We'll read in a minute.
Yeah?
Yeah, saying he knows who them dinner ladies are that you were on about last week.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's going to be a fantastic show. You've heard all the people that are on it. We'll be talking to all of them soon. I think first up is going to be Ronnie Wood, but before that, why don't we listen to a record of some kind?
Keep on running.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Who's it by?
Spencer Davis Group.
Keep on running. Let's have a listen to that then. Oh, look at them gaffing about in the studio. Here it is. Keep on running. On running. You're listening to Russell Brand.
Keep on eating, it should be called.
Why?
Look at you.
How are they going to know I was
This
going
is
to
the only
keep on
place you
eating?
get fed.
Yeah, because I'm always at work, aren't I?
I'm always at work, aren't I?
So I don't know where to do my dinner. So I just have it while
You've
I'm
got
on the
people
road.
working your house making you dinner.
So what? I deserve them people round my house.
You and the Queen, your servants.
Don't ever go at me and the Queen, mate. We're trying our hardest,
group
and we
yourself
can't
together with
answer
her.
back. You group me with the Queen. Now it's too
I was
late.
mocking you.
What?
Oh, God.
Don't you mock me and the Queen. You don't stand for that sort of rubbish.
You and the Queen.
Oh, there's all bits of nut on my microphone. I don't know how these things keep happening to me. It's undeserved, that much is for certain. Hold on, I've got something really important to say. What's it all about? Probably me or something. Oh, yeah, Keep On Running. What's the message of that song? It just sounds like he's pursuing some woman who don't want to go out with him. Keep on running, I'll track you down and kill you like
Running
a dog.
from my arms. I think he's like
Threatening.
Mr. Tickle, and his arms just keep going longer and longer.
What, he stood still,
He's
but
just
his
mocking her,
arms...
going, yeah, it's just going, keep on running.
I think he says that's a threat. That whole song just sounds menacing to me.
Well, let's
Keep
get
on
the
running.
lyrics into our item. Look at the lyrics.
Look at the lyrics, look at the lyrics, our new item, look at the lyrics. What's our other item? Matt's fault or fact or something?
Yeah.
Go on then, do your fact
I
about
haven't
Ronnie
got a
Wood.
fact.
You've
Oh,
got a
right.
fact about Ronnie Wood, and then
Okay.
when I talk to you on the blower, I can bring up your fact.
Slash's son, I believe his name's London, was conceived at Ronnie Wood's house.
How can you ever prove where someone was conceived?
I haven't come up with this myself. It's in Slash's book.
You're always on about things like that. Do you know that the Beckham's baby Brooklyn, he was conceived in Brooklyn? You're always coming out with these
You
little
can
facts.
work out when someone was
Not
conceived.
exactly. Can
Pretty
you?
much. Unless you've got your sex life.
Hey, my sex life is fun. Think of all the different
I
people.
think the child was conceived in the northern hemisphere, but I can't be sure.
I think this person looks like a mother for the tears and the dread. But what I'm saying, mate, is a baby is not exactly 9 months to the day, is it?
No, I know, but
So,
but they know when they've
unless
fallen
Slash-
pregnant. They don't go, oh, the baby's come out, let's work out where we were 9 months ago.
don't they?
No.
No. They do
No.
it from like about a month or something.
Yeah,
to 3
maybe
months.
they were trying for a baby that night or something. Oh, I don't know.
But, like, don't you have sex with your wife every night?
I haven't got a wife.
Don't you have sex with Slash's wife every night? Do you leave Slash alone and London? Poor sods. Right, so we're talking to Ronnie Wood in a little bit. Ain't we got to talk to him in a minute? And during this link. They're calling us. We can't leave it up to Ronnie Wood to call us. What if he gets distracted?
He's got assistants.
He's got an assistant. Yeah, I met her actually.
Did you? Oh, yeah,
Nice.
because you met him the other day, didn't you? Is that why
I
this
was
is happening?
doing something for Richard and Judy.
What?
Their kitchen. And I met Ronnie Wood was round there just unwinding. It was all right actually. I met Ronnie Wood. He's lovely.
He was
Got-
there unwinding.
Yeah, he went unwinding. He was promoting his book. He's got his autobiography out, hasn't he? So he was there as well.
What does he do then?
Well, we'll tell you the truth. Richard's properly funny, you know. Right, listen to this bit. It's me, Sharon Osbourne, and Ronnie Woods.
Name dropper.
Well, sat on a settee. I mean, it's crazy. For a nerd, I'm on Sharon. And it's a really funny thing. Right, he goes, like, Ronnie Wood's we all got to review these books, right? And Ronnie Wood's got
Is
his
this a
book of-
dream?
Might be. And then Ronnie goes, Ronnie's got to review this book of fantastic facts or something. You know, one of them books, bonkers things around the world. He goes, yeah, I love this book, you know, so any page you open it on, fantastic fact. And he goes, well, not that one, that was a bit rubbish. But like, he goes, there's a good bit about, like, numbers and stuff like that. And, right, and Richard Madeley goes, that's great. And he goes, what's the worst place what's the worst disease you've ever caught? And where did you catch it? Ronnie Wood's got to go, sand lice. And he goes, where'd you get that? And he goes, Jamaica, I think. And he goes, what's the worst cough you've ever had? I was thinking, how did we get here?
I once watched Richard and Judy, and Richard said, he goes, no one knows what babies are dreaming about. I reckon one day they'll be able to film a baby's dream, and it'll probably be a smash hit. What an idiot.
I like him. Come on, I really
I
like
know,
him.
that's very sweet, but how's the technology ever going to exist to film a baby's dream and then put it in cinemas?
I like that he took the extra step of like that. It wouldn't even be a moderately successful film from it'll probably a smash hit. He's already reviewed it.
Baby's idiot dream of colours.
Yeah, it'd just be colours and rubbish, wouldn't it? A baby's dream.
Filming a baby's dream.
Remember last week when we had Dawkins on and you claimed that I spoke in a different way?
Yes.
Here's an email. Hello Russell, says Tom Carax, which is the weirdest word I've ever heard. I enjoyed your talk with Richard Dawkins. I particularly enjoy the way you spoke in your normal voice, not once varying from it. I thought you ought to know that he's a bit of a hypocrite, for as an ardent... he's a hypocrite for an ardent atheist. Before dinner at New College, Oxford University, where he's nominally a Don, though he actually spends very little time there, he's funded by the guy who invented Word. Okay. Well, that's God.
Microsoft Word.
Oh, right. I thought he meant when in the beginning there was the Word and the Word was God. He has, on more than one occasion, said grace. I also thought he didn't answer your question on evolutionary psychology. Right, so supposed atheist Richard Dawkins has said grace, which is a
Maybe
religious
he's got
thing.
flixies when he says grace.
Flixies. I call them squitsies at my school.
Did you?
You call them flixies.
There were always flixies at my school.
Mind you, your school's for special kids, wasn't it?
Yours was, you told us that once.
Hey! Bright kids, special kids. That's why we was allowed to do painting all day, because we were so clever we didn't need maths. Right, OK, we've got a very special guest coming. It's one of the best people on our stinking little circle of a planet. It's Ronnie Wood. He's on the phone. Hello, Ronnie. Ronnie?
Hey, Russell, are we supposed to be, like, eligible here? Like, am I supposed to be able to hear you?
Yes, Ronnie, you've got to hear me. Can you hear me?
Hang on, I'll try and press it a little further into my head.
Not
I'm
too...
on my mobile.
Ronnie, don't go beyond the confines of your skull.
No, well, we never do we, Russell?
Keep it, yeah, don't go inside the skull, Ronnie. That's
How
where
you
the
doing,
dragons
mate?
lurk. Yeah, good, thank you. I'm just doing my radio show and everything, enjoying
Right,
life.
I wish I could come there in person. I'd love to see you again. We had a laugh the other day, didn't we?
We did. I really think you emit a lovely aura. I've always thought it as a musician, and now I know it as a man. You shine with something very special, Ronnie Wood, and yes, it's a great joy to be in your company.
And it was lovely to be in yours, because I didn't realise how huge you were as a real person. You're so tall and so big and so nice.
You're not just talking about my height, are you, Ronnie? You're talking about
Well,
other...
you are massive. I mean, I can't swear on the air, but I mean, you are quite huge, aren't you?
I'm a big boy, Ronnie.
Very in proportion, may I say.
Thank you, Ronnie Wood.
Get a room, you two.
I thought you were going to be a stick, like me.
You're a lovely stick, a wand more than anything, oozing nothing but sexy magic. My mate Matt Morgan's here, I do the radio show with. He is a lifelong Rolling Stones fan. We went and saw you in Hamburg, actually, and reviewed your excellent show there for the Observer magazine. Matt behaved...
Fabulous, thank you.
In fact, whose nieces was it that we met? It might have been
Charlie's.
Oh, it was Charlie Watts's. Yeah, we hung out with Charlie Watts's nieces on the mixing desk. It was quite not by the mixing desk. We weren't on it cuddling or anything like that.
Yeah, but he's all right, Charlie, isn't he?
Yeah, he seems like a lovely fella. So
I think Keith got a little upset by you because you kind of threw him off of his bossy tangent a bit.
really,
Yeah. Well, I don't think he quite knew how to handle you, and I thought, come on, Russell's got to be fantastic to deal with, But I think his management and all that got a little.
I tell you what, it was,
thrown
Ron.
off their throne,
What happened was, Ronnie, right? I had to go to... Just before I was meeting Keith, I come over a bit nervous, and I had to pop to the lavvy, right? And because I'm wearing all these daft belts, when I went to the lavvy and went to the toilet, it took me ages to get the belts on. People were knocking on the door going, Keith's ready for you now, Keith's ready for you. And I was like really just trying to get the belts all back on. And then I left. I thought, oh no, I've not washed my hands. I thought, I'm about to...
I thought you were a prima donna, like, I can't come out just yet.
Exactly, I'd just been to the toilet, Ron, that's all that was happening. Then I had to pop back to wash my hands, because I thought I can't shake hands with Keith Richards with unclean hands, so actually I was being respectful, but it might have come across a bit like I'm a bloody idiot or something.
Hey, you never guess where I am right now. I'm outside St Martin's Hotel, St Martin's Lane, right?
Yeah.
And a couple of beautiful ballerinas just walked by, and they went, when are you coming to the Royal Opera House again? And I
What?
said, anytime you want, darling.
Look at that, Ronnie, picking up ballerinas out in the street. Have you ever...
Oh, they're all around here, mate, yeah.
Have you ever been
'cause,
out
you
with...
know, I've been doing a drawing project with them, don't you?
What? You're doing a drawing
He's a really
project?
good artist.
I know, we know you're a great artist, Ronnie. I'm into your paintings, particularly stuff you do, the band and that. But what's the drawing project you're doing currently?
Well, apart from the Royal Ballet...
You're
and
drawing
landscape-
the Royal Ballet?
Yeah, I was doing that last year, but I'm going back there again. Because I only did part of my project. I did like sketches and a couple of original big ones, but I want to do a whole exhibition on the ballet.
Are you
But I've
use-
been doing landscapes, horses, nudes, you know, like you do.
I hope you're not doing those horses in the nude, you pervert. Only the horses need to be nude, not you. Oi, Ronnie, you know your paintings of dancers, are they like, you know, Degas, any Spanish artist, he does
No,
dancers.
they are very Degas, and some are in pastel as well, like he used to draw with, you know.
Ronnie, are you impressed that I was able to reference Degas like that?
I'm very impressed, and I just gave you the pastel clue, but
Yeah.
also I've been drawing on black paper where you come in with the whites and the light
You
colours.
said paper in a strange way then, Ronnie. You said paper, and it really moved us. Ronnie, will you do me? Ronnie, can I want a painting. Can I
Yeah,
have
all right,
one?
then. Come over, let's get together, I'll do you.
What, you'll paint me?
Come on.
And the nude.
Oh, do me nude, Ron. Do me.
All right then, but you'll have to bring your entourage along though as referees.
No problem. I'm bringing Matt Morgan, who does the radio show with me. I'm doing Mr. G, who is the poet of this radio show. The three of us once sat in a hot tub naked and asked some pretty serious questions about the nature of homosexuality.
Okay, well, what we're going to have to do is get them off again then.
Get them off! Here, have you ever had naked hot tubs with the rest of the Stones?
No, we've not done mud wrestling either.
Well, come on, get it all done before the next tour.
Yeah, the last time I went in a bathtub was with Sunderland football team with Rod Stewart in about 1971.
Wow,
And I went in there first, so they didn't have to see my knob.
that's the spirit, Ron.
I had a quick shower after training with Sunderland, and then they all came in like, "Whoa, all right, boys, shut your knob." I said, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, quite right. You shouldn't be put under that sort of pressure, although I'm under the impression that it's probably a magnificent utensil that you've got down there. Hey, Ronnie, how's your, what about your book? I ain't read it yet, but I'm gonna.
Oh, you're going to enjoy it, Russell. It's really quite funny, even though I say it myself. It's really good.
Yeah, I bet it is, because you're...
Yeah, it's only a book, you know, like lots of people go, "Hey, what do you think you're doing a book for?" You know, but I said to Slash, "Hey, you young whippersnapper, you're not old enough to do a book." And he went, "Oh, you'll find it quite good, Ronnie. I think, you know, it's all about the girls I knew at high school." And I'm going, "All right then, Slash, I'll let you off."
Let him off! It's good to let him off. Oh, is it true, Ronnie, that my mate Matt reckons that Slash's baby was conceived around your house? Is that true?
Yeah, and they called him Kingston. They were going to call him London, and I thought, what a strange name.
It is a strange name. When I was in a sexual addiction centre in Philadelphia, they all called me London, and I didn't like it, because I was the only English one there. So, "Hey, London, London." And I said,
I
"Hey."
know, it's a bit weird, but I suppose as time goes on, these kind of weird names sort of come more to the fore.
I suppose
you know?
they do, Ronnie, yeah. It seems more pertinent to have more and more unusual names. I reckon that's likely. Just on the subject of Slash's baby, how can he prove that it was conceived there? Because I don't understand that.
Well, I heard them shagging.
There's the evidence! Ronnie Wood has spoken! Oh, fantastic. Here, Ron...
I think it was Perla. Yeah, the Slash and Perla. Yeah!
the pair of them. What a lovely young couple having it off in Ronnie Wood's house, doing a baby. Magnificent
Yeah, it was
work.
a great feeling, actually, sort of going, oh, they're really happy. Boing, boing, boing.
Ronnie, you should have been concentrating on your own work. You should have been doing a painting of a ballerina or something instead of listening to Slash and Perla having it off, creating Londons up their wombs. Or Kingstons, whatever
Hang
it
on,
was.
there's another one just walked by. Hello, darling. Yeah, leave your name in the wastepaper basket. Whoa.
Ronnie, it might
You
get
were
mixed...
lovely.
Ronnie!
Wow.
Chatting up ballerinas, we're meant to be focusing. Do you want to go... Alright, we'll go out one night, shall we then? Because it sounds to me like you're good at chatting up ballerinas.
Oh, we'll have a laugh, though, Russell. Come on, let's go out one night.
Alright, we'll get amongst it. I'll go back on drugs for the evening. Keep things spicy. That was a joke, of course. Now,
Don't
so,
do that anymore. Whatever you do, don't.
whatever you do, don't.
That's what Peter Cook used to say.
Yes,
wasn't
he did. Hey, is it true that it was like you? So you like listened to the Derek and Clive tapes really early on, eh?
Oh, yeah, I got them handed to me from Peter Cook when they were first doing them. He was going, "Here, have a look at this for me, you know, I don't really know what's going on." And I was cracking up laughing so much. And he was going, "What are you laughing at?" And I said, You are the funniest people I've ever heard.
Yeah, they were amazing.
And this will last forever, you know, even longer than, well, as long as Monty Python.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, eh? Wow, you was there right at the ground floor of Derek and Clive. That's amazing.
Oh, it was absolutely... I used to go over to Peter's flat in Hampstead.
Oh, yeah.
And his door was always open. Literally always open. You just walk in and find Peter with his Chinese girlfriend. He'd say, I've done my bit for the Chinese. I think that was the last words he said to me, actually, before he died.
I've done my bit for the Chinese. That was his dying words, Peter Cook. I've done my bit for the Chinese.
Yeah, that's what he said about
What a legacy.
And his poor girlfriend, Jan, she went, oh, Peter is dying. And Peter's going, I'm all right, don't worry about it. I've done my bit for the Chinese.
That's lovely. You've given us some amazing stories, Ronnie.
It's all in the book. Yeah.
It's all in the book.
Russell.
No, we'll check it out. I shall read it the second I get a moment to myself. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read it. Perhaps I can read it while you're painting me in the nude.
Yeah, all right. We'll all get in the tub.
Yeah, let's get in the tub. Ronnie, thank you so much for coming on our show. I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I'd love to come and do it in person because I can't press this phone in my head any longer.
Like Peter Cook's door, our door is always open to you, Ronnie. Always open. Come in whenever you want.
All right, then. Let's
mate.
do it soon, all right?
Yeah, careful with that bloody chorus line you're eyeing up.
With the what?
The chorus line, the ballerinas. Be careful.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just scraping a couple off the pavement now. Get out. Oh.
Ronnie Wood, everyone.
Do it soon.
Thanks, Ronnie. Take care, mate. Woo, there he goes. Ronnie Wood. Actual Ronnie Wood there from the Rolling Stones.
Oh.
He's a laugh, isn't he?
Yeah. Let's go out with him.
Definitely.
Not romantically.
No, that would never work. We wouldn't be able to make it last. Not with his predilection for ballet dancers, for one thing. But yeah, let's definitely go have him because I reckon it'll be a good story, won't it?
Yeah.
Trouble is, do you think with me not drinking, I don't know what Ronnie Wood's particular, where he is with drinking and that at the moment.
He might be clean, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he? G's saying he's clean, Matt's saying he might be clean. All right, well, we'll try anyway. Because I might succumb to peer pressure. That what will worry me.
No, well, you and him can be all clean.
Right.
G's clean.
G's
Everyone's clean.
Hey, we're all clean. You're not clean, you
I know,
dirty
but
little
look down their
devil.
noses like me.
Yeah, we will do, little scruff bag, the way you carry on. All right, actually, listen, have you got any Rolling Stones?
Yeah,
look
we
at
have
you.
actually. Beast of Burden.
Put it on then.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's exactly
Don't
it.
mock Ronnie's work.
I'm mocking his work. I think they're good. Come on, they don't need an endorsement from me. Beast of Burden, Rolling Stones. Beast of Burden. Before that, we had Ronnie Wood. Matthew looking exasperated. What's the matter?
Eating nuts.
Eating nuts. It's the craze that's sweeping the nation. Eating nuts.
Pimpin' sweeping the nation.
Yeah, Pimpin is sweeping the nation. Now, I think pin each other. Just do it carefully. Don't give each other diseases. That's all I will say.
What about this young lad's idea of ping? Where
Read
you
it
just
out.
ping. I don't know where it is. You took it.
Matt, find it.
Oh God.
Why
Go
do
on
you-
then, Phil. While I'm finding it.
Yo, I am. Oh, I've got a bit of a cough. Hold on, right, I've got a really interesting story actually, so if I start
Oh, I
with-
found it.
Oh.
My son and I were listening to your lovely show and podcast, took great amusement with the ping craze. In a spirit of unusual responsibility, my 3.5-year-old, I mean, that's our audience, adapted
I love
it
those little guys.
to ping, and you say that and then you ping the elastic of one's boxers, or someone else's pants.
Don't think that might
bra.
lead to charges of sex attacks.
Not from a 3.5-year-old.
Any 3.5-year-old that does any kind of sex attack, well, that's a big problem you've got right
I think
there.
if you're having to reach up to the elastic, then you're young enough not to get done for it.
I've just been handed, Matthew. I mean, I don't mean to be dismissive of your brilliant remarks, but I've just been handed a piece of paper. It says simply these words: Sissons is on the line. Peter Sissons, the authoritative voice of news and current affairs, and for me, a kind of
Sex symbol.
obelisk of sexuality. Let's see. Peter Sissons, is that your laugh?
It is my laugh, yes. I'm just laughing at being an object of sexuality.
An obelisk of sexuality, like a big golden monument.
And obelisks are made of stone, aren't they?
Oh, I suppose so. Perhaps you'd be a cold, indifferent lover.
Not to those who know me.
I suppose that's the best way to conduct your sex life. I wish I could say the same, Peter, but I tend to be incredibly generous even to people I've barely even met. That's just, one of my personal foibles. Thank you, Peter, for coming on to our radio show.
It's all right.
Well, thing is, I suppose I found you very alluring.
Gosh, the first time that someone of your status has said that to me.
Well, it's because you've got a kind of authority.
Well, you either have it or you don't, I suppose. But I'm not the only one.
Well, you're certainly the greatest living example of sexuality in my book. And what happened once, Peter, is I saw you in a department store. I believe it was in Lakeside. This was as a teenager. Me as a teenager. You weren't there looking for leather jackets. It was. I was there, and I think it was Debenhams. Possibly other stores are available. And you were like selecting out a suit. And I'm thinking, oh, that's Peter Sissons. And I think like that the image of you scorched so deeply into my retina that I've never really truly got over it.
Was it me or was it the suit?
The pair of you together were a pretty unstoppable force of a libidinous desire, if I may say. Peter, right, let's ask some sensible questions. We've got Peter Sissons on the phone now. We've spoke about fancying him. Why, Matt Morgan, who's my co-host on this show, has just written the word Queen on a bit of paper and underlined it. What's your intention?
Ask Peter about the Queen, because he's probably met her as well.
Have you met... All right, have you...
Not like,
Yeah, I have met the Queen.
I thought, for a minute, I thought that Matt was suggesting that either you or I were homosexual.
No one's ever called me that either.
No, but this is going to be an unusual interview for us both. Peter, what was it like when you met Her Majesty the Queen of England?
Well, it was some time ago now. When I worked for ITN,
Yeah.
she came round to just a private party when we were celebrating sort of 20 years of News at 10. And
Wow.
We all got the chance to have a very informal chat, and she's a charming lady and great company. We were all quite sort of overwhelmed.
Really? Go on. Like, you had an informal chat with her?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you see a lot of the stuff of the royal family on the telly, you see them in informal mode, but they do informal events, and I was privileged to be at one of them, where you can see them in letting their hair down a little bit.
Really? Should she let her hair down?
Well, not literally.
No, that would be with cascading locks down her back like a sort of a sexy mermaid. That would have been too much for anyone to stand. Particularly in your company as well, Peter. It would have been an overload of erotica that evening.
You've talked about nothing but erotica since we started to speak.
Since he was born.
My first word was "fwa." Yeah, okay. Well, all right then. Let's talk about something a bit more sensible then. All right, when you're reading the news, don't you just think, right, well, what about this then? Yeah, I've never had this is a good, intelligent question. You know how, like, Noam Chomsky says that the news agenda is set by the government and the sort of the forces of consumerism that control all of our minds.
Yeah.
Do you ever think when I'm reading the news, oh no, I'm just helping to manipulate people into a spellbound state where they're divorced from their spirituality and the possibility of freedom? All this news is filthy propaganda. It's not really true. Do you ever think that a bit?
No, that isn't what courses through my brain, actually. It usually is the autocue going to work. But there hasn't ever been a government in the sort of electronic age that hasn't wanted to control the media, that wanted to control television. They all try it, and it's a battle they all lose because there is tension there, and the broadcasters, even though they may go through patches of subservience or buying the government line, it usually doesn't last long.
But isn't there kind of a consensus, even like there are examples like the David Kelly affair where the relationship between the media and the government breaks down? Isn't there generally, because of shared objectives, isn't there a kind of a consensus, even if it's not a formulated agenda, but a consensus for controlling people and managing the population?
No, I wouldn't subscribe to that at all. I think the interests of the media and the government are totally opposite.
Really?
I mean, we both have an interest in a stable and law-abiding and democratic society, but I think that's where it ends. I think that politicians are always more reluctant to communicate all they know, and the media is in the business of finding out what they don't want to say. And I think that sort of tension is good for our society.
Do you think there can be a revolution, please, Peter Sissons?
No.
Why?
Because we don't have revolutions in this country.
We've not had one yet, have we? What about Cromwell? Wasn't that a bit of one?
Well, I suppose you're absolutely right. We've had our revolution. We had it 300 or 400 years ago, and we got all that out of our system without the sort of bloodshed that they had in other countries when they had their revolutions.
Their revolutions
now
were bloody uncivilised, if you ask me. There's something special about us English, British.
Well, I think so. I think the British have got a lot to be proud of. I think it's one of the world's great nations, and contributed a lot in art and thought and tolerance.
Because of your voice, Peter, everything you say sounds like it's indisputable fact, right? So I bet you could really boss your wife about, well, dear, I've decided that I'm going to conduct a series of affairs indiscriminately with the neighbours. All right, Peter! Get your hands off me. Please, Peter, you're breaking my heart. Let me wear your nightie.
You see, you're just judging me, taking me at face value, but you don't really know where I came from or much about my background. Yeah, I can tell you some things about my background which you might surprise you.
Go on then, I'm getting turned on.
What
was that bit?
Guess who I was at primary school with?
Goebbels.
No, John Lennon.
Wow, were you? Really? You went to the same primary school as John Lennon?
And George Harrison.
Bloody hell.
And Jimmy Tarbuck.
Well, I met him when I was doing the Royal Variety performance. He was lovely.
And then when I went to grammar school, I was in the same school. I was in the same year as Paul McCartney.
What is this Beatles education system?
George Harrison.
Then I went to college with Ringo. Brian Epstein was making tea. How come you went to school with it? No, so you're a Scouser then? And
yeah, born and bred in Liverpool.
Do you support Liverpool or Everton?
Liverpool, although one of my best friends is Bill Kenwright, who's an Evertonian, but we don't talk about football, otherwise
no.
Things get a bit heated.
Certainly, I can see why. I didn't know that. That's good that you went to school. It's like some balmy stage school. All Beatles clattering about, and newsreaders and Tarby.
I did see. I mean, I'm of the Beatles generation. I think Paul's about a month older than me. But
Your school plays must have been good. Assembly. Okay, in Assembly. Hello, welcome to Assembly. I'm Peter Sissons. Coming up, we've got comedy from a young man called Jimmy Tarbuck, then a little skiffle band called the Quarrymen. I think they might be called the Beatles. They go. Yeah. Must have been a laugh.
Well, my best friend at school was the man who introduced John Lennon to Paul McCartney. He was a man called Ivan Vaughan. Unfortunately, he died some years ago, but Ivan it's acknowledged in all the Beatles biographies that if Ivan hadn't existed, McCartney might never have met Lennon.
Wow.
And Ivan was a great guy who I was very fond of, very friendly with, and he's greatly missed.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, that's lovely that he's that he's had that instrumental role in British pop cultural history. Let's play instead of playing a Beatles song there, that's made me want to listen to "Different Corner" by George Michael. Turned a different corner and we never would have met. The little coincidences, Peter, that fashion history there, but for the grace of God. And without that, if had Ivan Vaughan not introduced Lennon and McCartney, world history would have been different. The 60s may never have happened in the same way. Counterculture wouldn't have evolved the way it has done. Peter, it's been a very great privilege to speak to you on our show. Because, you know, before I thought of you as just some sort of brainless sex object. And now I realise that you're a man with incredible gravitas.
Well, I used to speak highly of you too.
There's no higher compliment than being a sex object, in my personal opinion. But thank you very much for giving us your time, Peter. It's been an absolute joy to talk to you.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Peter Sissons. I love you, Peter Sissons.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, everything sounds like news. I liked having Peter Sissons on the show, did you?
He's got a little hint of Hannibal Lecter to his voice.
He's gone now. We could have got him go, "Oh, I'd like some fava beans." I wish you could say these things. Did I do a funny voice then?
Yes.
Oh no, G's endorsing it. That weren't a funny voice.
You wheeled out the old Noam Chomsky.
Wheel out Noam Chomsky to make myself look clever. Wheel out Noam Chomsky.
Does sound a bit like him, doesn't he? Hello,
yes. Hello.
You don't know anything of my background.
My background, I was a young boy in Liverpool with dreams and Beatles.
I'm a pathological liar. I went to kindergarten with Mick Jagger.
As an older man, Ralph Fiennes and I played Conkers. Clarice. I remember distinctly myself and Steve McQueen riding on a moped.
He lived in halls of residence with Public Enemy.
Me and Andy Warhol once went skateboarding.
Citizens.
Mr. Sissons!
How's that program called? The Raccoons.
Mr. Sneer! Hey, Bert Raccoon! Bert Raccoon! Bert Raccoon! I like them voices.
Mr. Sneer.
Mr. Sneer! They've turned me on, them little pigs. They just wore a jumper and no
Everything
pants on.
turns you on.
So what, man? I got a lot of sexual energy. Right, let's listen to Turn a Different Corner in honour of Peter Sissons and the meeting of Lennon and McCartney that wouldn't have happened to unless for Ivan Vaughan. Let's play that.
What?
Ivan Vaughan, he introduced them.
Unless for Ivan, forsooth.
Peter Sissons! Seriously! Okay. So what are we going to listen to? Different Corner by George Michael.
Can you hear George Michael?
I know him very well. We used to work on the same allotment together, side by side. He'd grow radishes, I'd grow onions. He'd tickle my corns, I'd grow his bunions. It's George Michael, Different Corner. That'll do for that. It's nice for a while, isn't it? But in the end, it makes you feel a bit downbeat. It's good.
Yeah.
I like George Michael, though. He's nice, isn't he?
Right? You have to feel guilty because we came out early.
Sorry,
I mean,
George.
God,
I mean,
I'll
yeah.
put it back on.
Put it back from the beginning. We've spoiled it now. George, I've done a painting of you. I've got such a funny story to tell you in a minute about something that happened to me in a cab earlier today. Yeah, it's really funny. You'll
Don't
love
build
it.
it up. What if it falls a bit
I'm
flat?
prepared to take the risk.
Okay.
Don't you try and make it fall flat, otherwise I'll ruin your item.
will, you know.
Sat there drinking Strongbow, you yob.
Well, it's 5 o'clock.
What do you mean it's 5 o'clock in the morning? What's wrong with you? You've got your paper round. Get a grip.
I know. Well, I just fancied it.
You just fancied it. Well, let me tell you a story about a young man who just fancied some Strongbow. That
George
man's
Best.
name was George E. Best. Sorry, George. I mean, oh, God. Right, so, hold on. We've got 2 minutes before the news.
10? No, 2.
2 or 10. 1 minute before some news.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you what, I've got a whole new insight in the news since we spoke to Sissons.
He's brilliant.
Oh, I fancy him more than ever. I didn't think it was possible to fancy a man more than I fancied Sissons, but it is.
He was authoritative, wasn't he?
Now, come on. You've talked about the revolution.
We've had a revolution. It was all very silly bother.
It didn't work out.
Someone knocked some stuff over.
It's got to be picked up. It's all well and good knocking stuff over.
Put your toys back, Russell. Come back to bed.
Who has to do the tidying? Muggins here. I'll put all your stuff in bin bags. If you don't, I'll tip out all your stuff from the cupboards if you don't tidy up.
I shall phone your school and speak to your masters.
Oh, all right, Peter, I'll do what you want. Oh, you'll get it, Ducky Boos. I want the person that does that voice to come on our show. There's an interesting idea.
Well, someone must be alive who did that voice.
It must be. The thing is, we did go through a bit of a mental phase of getting every voice we could think of. I tell you, I bloody well want an old Bagpuss. I want actual Bagpuss.
What, the cat?
Yes, I
That's
want it.
probably...
How much do you think it cost?
That's
And the mice.
locked
I want all
away.
of it. That was very funny what you said about Richard Dawkins being like Professor Yaffle. That was funny, that, saying that he's
It's
a
true.
killjoy. Yeah, it's good. That rowing boat's nothing but an old shoe. Your belief in God is just fear of death. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's
And
funny.
he says grace.
He says grace, though, and do you know what? I heard that it was involved in some religiously motivated terrorism as well, so, you know, what's that all about? Okay, so is it time for some newsy poos right now? Okay, well now, with a renewed respect for the art form, please allow me, Russell Brand... art form, sorry, it's not an art form, really. Hold on, where is that bit of paper I have to read? Right, hold on, because we've got to do this properly. Now, we're doing it with
Yeah, well, I think it's
respect.
failed in being
No,
proper.
come on.
It's over there, under your
Alright.
bottle of urine.
Hey! That bottle of urine was a gift from the Queen! Right! This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. Da da da! This is some news! Yeah! Led Zeppelin! Woo!
Whoa, they're playing on Monday.
How are they, Matt?
That's pretty seamless.
Did you get some tickets?
I did.
I was meant to go, but I've got to go premiere of that film I'm doing, St Trinian's, the film St Trinian's.
Brilliant.
So I can't go, unfortunately. But it's silly to have it on that night because, you know, people will be more interested in Led Zeppelin, won't they?
Yeah, but Jimmy Page hurt his finger, broke his finger, didn't he? So they had to move it.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you doing that for attention? Throwing
Yeah.
your phone?
Can I have some attention, please?
Yes. Well, there was some.
It was nice. It was worth it. Now, when I think about the phone throwing incident, all I remember is the attention that it led to. What's your problem?
Oh, I just want to say that Hatebreed, a pretty good band.
Why? Are you trying to queer off with one of them?
No.
What are you saying it for then?
Because I went to their gig
Yeah, what happened?
last night. It's really good.
I could hear. I phoned you up. There's a little racket in the background. Was that
Yeah,
'em?
you wouldn't have liked it there.
They were shouting, screaming, swearing. I bet the place stunk.
Did. It was sick everywhere.
Sick everywhere. Matthew, if that's your idea of a good evening out, you can come out of me and Ronnie Wood. Because we're going to surf on sick, me and Ronnie.
No, they're really good, Hatebreed.
Why are you going? What do you want? Tickets?
I've had
What are you
tickets.
after?
No, I'm saying they're good. I went to a gig, it was good.
What are you folding your arms for? It's negative body language. What are you feeling so
You've got
defensive?
your arms folded.
Because I'm angry with
Why are you
your
grilling
plugging.
me?
I am in a film called St. Trinians. I've got the premiere Monday. It's gonna be a real fun day. Come and see me when I do that side. It's obviously more popular than Rupert Everett and Colin Firth.
What, have you got to do red carpet?
Got to do red carpet. You want to come? Oh no,
Oh,
you're going
go
Led
Led
Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. Woohoo! G, want to come?
Yeah.
Look at G, much more.
He doesn't want to come.
He does. He's writing a poem.
Pressured into saying that.
He's not been pressured.
Go to premiere with you. What's he going to wear, a dress or something?
Matthew Morgan, get to your room. You disappointed me.
I shall be up soon.
I'll be up when I
Let me
finish.
tell you I'm angry. There will be a revolution in this house.
Things are about to change, young man. I'm going to make you eat from the dog's bowl. All your meals will be served on the floor from now on. I'd like to see you try and stop me. I'm going to look up the back of your trousers. What do you think about that? Here's a thing.
Can look up the back of someone's
You
trousers.
could if you started a trouser leg, pulled the trouser leg right up, split the seam a little bit, and then went up their
wouldn't.
spile.
Wouldn't see anything.
I got this big burly bloke, Danny O'Leary.
Yeah,
who
he
looks
texted
after
me in the week going, we got this great bit of muscle now. It's called Danny. You wait till you meet him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Thought,
though,
hello,
he's
he's
not
finally
just
gone.
He's not just brawn; he's got brains as well. That's the thing about Danny O'Leary. A great big beefcake
Was he your
with a brain
bodyguard?
to match. I'm thinking about having him as. Imagine having a bodyguard all
You
the
little
time.
coward.
I'm not a coward. Coward, am I? Am I a coward? Or am I the same Russell Brand who earlier today had an argument with my taxi driver?
Oh yes, this is your hilarious story.
Oh, pressure. Yeah? Put some pressure on, are you?
Let the comedy begin.
Right, here's what happened. I come out from the gymnasium where I... I know. Oh, that's not even the punchline. You're
love
going to
this.
love
They'll
this.
love this.
It's brilliant. This is gold. Pure gold. So, yeah, I came out of the gymnasium
You
and...
in a gymnasium, I mean, that's enough for me.
I was wearing, you may as well know, a leotard with one nut out either side at the bottom for a start. That's going on. I've cut out little peephole nipples. I'm running there. Victoria Wood's looking over. She's just sighed out
It
loud.
must be a pretty butch gym that you go to, Victoria Wood.
Lily Allen.
Is it
She's
a
in
ladies'
there.
gym?
Might be. Now listen, let's not get bogged down in my uni-gender gym where I go with my ghoulies tucked between my legs and call myself Pam. Let's get on with this story that is a record-breaking corker. Now, what it was, I got in my cab, right, and there's been an unusually high number of text messages informing me the cab was there, right? And as you know, I'm always a bit late for a cab.
So you smelt a rat.
I smelled a rat. Immediately, Matt. I smelled a rat. I thought, hang on, is that a rat? I smelled a rat in your bedroom. I don't think you're living correctly. I think we will not be playing Connect 4 until you buck your ideas up. The bit at the bottom is broken. All the pieces just fall straight through. Get out of my sight.
we play.
How are we ever to connect even one, let alone 4, with the tray in this irreparable state?
Story's brilliant.
You interrupted me, guy!
Come on then.
So, so I was immediately, I smelled a rat. I got into the cab. It was a big, burly, scary-ass cab driver, right? He had a scar running the whole length of his face, right? And I got in there and I was a bit moody because I was a bit late and I wanted to get there. And I got in the cab and there was a bit of a moment of sort of a hiatus, right? And I goes, yeah, can we get going, please? Can we get going? And he sort of looked at me a bit angry, and then he sort of did get going. We're driving along, and like we sort of went past like the turning where we needed to go in. And I was sort of on the phone talking to someone else. And I went left, like that in the car. And I sort of did.
I've witnessed this happen.
I barked it a bit. He told me, "Don't talk to me like that, man," like that. And I proper, and I thought, oh hello. He's sticking up for himself, this guy. I was like, I'm not talking. He goes, you're being rude. Don't talk to me like that. You don't know who you're talking to. Like that.
Where was he from? He started off Jamaican.
Yeah, who was
Then
he
he
from
went
now?
to the Bronx.
He
You
was
don't know what you're talking
Hey,
to me.
hey, why are you
talk to
talking
me
to me
like
like-
that, buddy.
If you keep up this lip, you'll find yourself on the wrong end of a smack hiding. He was a citizen of the world, this guy. No, Jamaican, I think. Well, like, heavily Jamaican, in fact. He really was using patois to the point where I was, like, really having to focus.
What, like, don't talk to me like that?
That was not an example of the patois. Don't talk to me like... I'm sorry, you're going to have to write this down. I'm not getting anywhere with this. Right? So, like, yeah, he goes like... And it got really quite aggressive and cold. And I looked at that scar on his face and he was big geezer. I thought, uh-oh. Right, and he got sort of started going, he goes, get out of the cab. Get out of the cab. Yeah, he goes, get out of the cab, I'm not taking you anywhere. And I goes, look, mate, I ain't getting out of the cab. Right? And he goes...
Well, you went down a few octaves.
Oh, yeah, I did. I went... Not only did I go down... I went down octave. My fault. It was so funny because he was getting more and more. Like,
this isn't funny. This is harrowing.
Hold up. The car. We're in Primrose Hill. The car is
immobile. And then Jeremy Beadle came. He was blacked up. He stepped out of his fat suit.
Time now for Professor Beadle to reveal himself to the secretly obnoxious Russell Brand. No, what happened was, right, the cab's stationary, and he's going, right, he goes, I'm not taking you anywhere. He goes, you're rude to me, don't talk to people like that. And then he was saying a lot of words that I didn't understand, right, and he was going, so he started...
What, like? Manners?
No, it was really sort of like intense. Like I didn't understand. They were just sounds. A lot of it. It was obviously sort of language from the yard. You know, so it was from sort of
blood clot.
Not things that we've heard on telly, you know, sort of like things. I was just thinking, I was trying to see where one word ended and another one began, and he was doing it sort of on purpose. So I was getting more and more Cockney, right? Okay. He goes, you don't know who you're dealing with, like that. But that was that picked out from a lot of patois, right? And I was going, you don't know who you're dealing with, mate. He goes, no, listen.
Yes, he does, because he's seen you in the paper.
You're that puff off the telly.
Yeah.
No.
Or am I?
Or am I a mystery man?
I'm his stunt double. I'm called Mickey.
I'm Mickey St. Clive, the most deadly stunt double on a circuit. I will roll down some stairs for you, you little bitch. It got really, like, it was getting proper nasty. It was like, so it was weird, because I was getting more, he was getting more patois, I was getting more Cockney. I didn't even understand what I was saying by the end of it. It was just a glottal stop.
Don't be aggressive to me, I'll phone your boss.
He goes, get out of the cab. And I goes, I'm not getting out of the cab. He goes, right, I'm going back to the HQ of the cab company. I goes, well, I'll tell you what, mate, I ain't getting out of your cab, so either you're driving me home or you're driving me your HQ, where I'll talk to your bosses. And that's where it got a bit more square, because it was like, talk to your bosses rather than carve you right up, right? And then it was sort of a really awkward hiatus, two people that had really sort of argued with each other and quarrelled. All the while I'm thinking, he could kill me, this geezer.
He wouldn't, would he?
That's why I took the risk, because I thought he's not going to just swing round like an angry dad.
Did you apologise for being rude and he still was saying get out?
Well, no, my main stand was the gamble that he wasn't going to physically throw me out of the cab. That was the real gamble that I took. And I was right to take that gamble, because he wouldn't. In the end, he started driving me out. And once he'd made the decision, because that bit where I goes, either, you know, I'll stay in your cab, whatever you're doing. If you go back to the HQ, I'm staying there. Then he drove me home, and I started to feel a bit guilty that I'd been rude to him, so I went... Like, and also, what was difficult was because I've been doing that voice. Oh, Mick!
And then you had to take some calls.
Yeah, there's a phone call from my financial manager. All right, mate. Oh, yeah. What, we're going to put some money into a pension plan, are we?
I like it.
That sounds like that would save us about 22%. Was it a SIP, is it? Oh, that sounds very clever. Like it, son. Like it. Like that, and actually, but actually I didn't. I just went back to my normal voice. Oh, hello there. Oh, Andrew, you absolute genius. You've saved me a fortune. I must see you before Christmas time. Good King Wenceslas looked out.
Why didn't you just, mate, you could have phoned me and then said, oh, it's just I've had a terrible week, I just got the results back, all bad. You know, you could have...
I don't even think that I've got AIDS, as well as not being actually hard.
But then he might have had some more sympathy for you.
Anyway, I made it up to him on the way back, still using that voice.
How?
Well, I just went, look, mate, we've got different worlds, yeah? We've got to get on. You're just a geezer driving me, I'm just a geezer in your motor. We don't mean nothing to each other. We don't mean anything,
Why don't you ever look at my bookie, what?
I'll write it myself.
I'll sign a copy for you.
If you like, you can see the trial that I had, what led to me being such a badass gangster. Then I was a Italian Conte. One day I had a mouse living in my hair forsooth, diddly I try. Yeah, and then like, but when it was really lovely actually, because we managed to. It's really good if you've had a proper argument with someone to be able to resolve it, because that makes you think, oh, you know, things could be. Because it nearly ended with me being thrown out of a cab. I was rude to him. Do you know what I mean? I was a bit short on that, but he disproportionately responded. He responded with quite a lot of aggression. But what was good about it is because, you know, like, it's quite good. Say you're sometimes a bit rude. It's good that you're a horrible little sod.
No, I'm never rude.
You're rude to
Only
me.
to you, but not to cab driver people.
But hold on, it's good because, like, say you're a bit rude to your mum. It's good that you're also a bit rude to people that could properly kick your head in.
Hang on, you're trying to paint yourself as some hard nut from this.
No, I'm not painting myself as a hard nut.
I knew he could have killed me, but still I went on being rude.
I knew. I could have took him down. No, I'm just saying that, in fact, there's a famous quote, I think it's George Bernard Shaw, that says, it doesn't matter whether you're kind to people or you're cruel to people, but that you treat everybody the same, right? So that you're sort of non-judgmental in your treatment of people. So I'm saying
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
No, it's not stupid, Matt.
Doesn't matter if you're cruel to people as long as you're cruel to everyone.
Yeah, like Hitler. That's why he was such a good guy. Cruel to everyone. Well, no, he was a bit discriminatory looking back over the history books there. But no, my point is this, that I'm suppose my point is, well, actually, I'm going to drop me off in the next street.
You didn't go all the way home?
I thought, don't get to the street. Even though we had found a resolution, I
want
thought,
him to know your address.
Don't want him to know exactly
Maybe on his
where I live.
computer.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's there now.
He's going to be sat there, sat on Lynn's lap,
drumming his fingers on your table, waiting for you.
Oh, God, I'm not... Can I stay at your house tonight, please, Matthew?
Thank you. There's a price on your head.
I'm going to stay around Sissonses. I'll stay around Peter Sissons.
Sissonses?
I'm going around Sissonses. I'm going to sleep in his dog's basket.
That's all you deserve when you're rude to people. You shouldn't be rude to people.
Look, it was only a bit rude. He was much ruder to me.
You think you're better than us?
I don't think I'm better than no one, except you a little bit. Look at you swilling down Strongbow like a lout.
That's not Strongbow, that's lemonade.
That's not... Well, why did a Strongbow can for?
I don't know, there's been a mix-up at the factory.
There's been a mix-up at the factory. There's a drunk somewhere swilling down cherry aid and thinking, why am I still sad inside?
What other things do we have to say?
19. That's
Why
what
do you
we
want to
have
listen
say.
to that?
Just feel like it. I'd like to listen to Paul Hardcastle's song 19, because the bit I like about it is none of us received a hero's welcome. None of us received. Yeah, it's good. G likes it. Look,
some of them did, didn't they?
None of them. What do you mean? Why would he say that in a song? And why would they do that? Right, look, there'll be a hero's welcome for that
was not
battalion.
in Vietnam.
Paul Hardcastle died that you could say that comment. So take that back. He done the theme tune to Top of the Pops so that you could sit there on your high horse piddling down on his grave. You've piddled at Hardcastle's grave and you're not going to piddle on mine. Not on my watch.
Is this how you spoke to the cab driver?
No, much more. Oh dear.
I'm going to piddle on your grave.
Here. I'll get out of my little tinkle. I'll do some wanky water all nice over the back of your taxi carriage. Is that what you want, son?
Imagine that went to court and you'd said that and it had to be read out.
Then Mr. Brand, the defendant said, I will do some winky water over the back of your hackney carriage. Yeah, it'd be a preposterous case, but I'd win it because I'm one of the best lawyers we've ever had.
If you punch me, I'll die really easily, then you'll be in trouble.
Won't you feel a bit guilty? Because I'm very vulnerable. Okay, let's listen to Paul Hardcastle, then we'll try and get Noel Gallagher to start contributing. He don't do anything for this show. I remember once saying that Oasis were good. What's he ever done for us? F all! That's what. Let's listen to Paul Hardcastle. None of us received a hero's welcome. None of them received a hero's welcome, Matt. It's quite clear. None of them. Why are you looking like that for?
No, you're quite right. And also, that's still going on today.
Oh, Matt, doing
With
some
our
satire.
boys.
God bless them. Yeah, it's bad of order that there's poor lads going out.
Difficult job, isn't it?
Must be horrible.
Imagine you out there.
I was thinking of going to an army camp, training up to be a soldier. What do you think about that for an idea?
Well, how long did you think about that for?
About a minute. I was in a swimming pool
You
in
wouldn't like
Morocco. I was in Morocco like that. I had my arms. I thought, I'm going to train to be a soldier. Like, because a lot of world leaders, good ones, train to be a soldier first.
Oh, and you're a world leader, I forgot.
Yes, that's right. That's one of the errors you've made there, Matt. Thinking of me as
World leader,
merely
in
a
what?
flash in the pan celebrity radio broadcaster. When in fact I'm a world leader. So anyway, what? Oh God, cool man. Yeah. What am I on about?
I don't know, but I was going to say something topical.
Go on, say something topical quickly, but firstly, let's introduce a certain someone that we love very dearly, very deeply, someone that we've cared about
An
a long
old friend.
while. A friend of this show, perhaps the ultimate friend of this show, in many ways the father of this show, but think of him as an abusive father, hovering at the foot of the stairs, stinking of owl. It's Noel Gallagher! Woo! Yeah, Noel Gallagher! Hello, Noel! No.
Oh, crackhead.
Well. Where have you been?
Where have I been? I've not been. I've been nothing, working. I'm actually in Abbey Road at the minute.
You're in Abbey Road?
Yeah.
Well, we're just talking to Peter Sissons. He went to school with all the Beatles. Did you know that?
It's what? It was, the Beatles did used to recording.
Yeah, we know that. But Peter Sissons went to school with the Beatles. I bet you didn't know that. Peter Sissons off the news.
I did not know that, and I couldn't be less bothered.
Couldn't you?
No.
Well, you've bothered to respond. Someone who was really unbothered would have just done a blow-off down the phone. So there you are.
No, who's Peter Sissons anyway?
Pete, hello, this is the news. I'm Peter Sissons. Hello, darling. I've come home from a difficult day of work and I'm going to expect my oats. Now get that kilt off. That's Peter Sissons.
That sounds like you doing a really sinister Michael Caine.
There you are then. That's, he's sort of a cross between the two of us.
Right.
Have you missed me? Have you missed me very much? Have you missed me?
Yeah, I keep seeing your mug in the papers. You know, I keep reading about your little pretentious bookie work.
Pretentious? Or do you
Yeah.
mean brilliantly written?
Seeing you shaking hands with the smelly old queen.
You dirty traitor. Saying that about Her Majesty. This is her favourite radio show and you just cussed her on it.
Yeah, but it ain't live, is it?
No, Gallagher, swearing at the Queen. Why swearing at the Queen for? You met Tony Blair. How dare you criticise me when you went snivelling round
yeah.
Tony Blair's house?
Yeah, but that was a meeting of two of the great Republican minds of the time, not like a queen and the subject. Hello, smackhead. Even the smell of cheese was palpable, even through the newspaper.
Oi, what that's like is the meeting of Walter Raleigh and Queen Elizabeth I, or the Earl of Essex and Queen Elizabeth I. One
it
of
was
her.
a little bit whiffy.
I'm a great member of the court of this country. I'll rise up. I'll probably have a knighthood soon, and then you'll have to call me sir.
What does she smell like?
Lovely, actually. Sort of
Did she not smell
autumn.
quite dusty and like some stale bread?
No, autumn and pears. Delicious, lovely, delicious pears. Imagine that, Noel.
Fragrant, almost.
Fragrant, certainly fragrant, yeah. I held her hand in my hand for a moment. The two of us dreamt of what might have been.
And what did she say?
She went, "You know what, young man? I wish I had 15 minutes with you." Like that. I would finish you off. I'd give you such a reach round, she said.
Don't say that.
Do you have any gear?
Because I tell you what, I'm clucking like mad. Yeah, she was...
Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Matt, how are you getting on? I haven't heard from you for ages.
I'm good, actually. I'm
What
going
have you been up
Are you going to go and see Led Zeppelin on Monday?
Yes, we're there, mate.
Oh, wicked. I'll see you
Are
there.
you going? Are you
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard who's supporting them?
No,
You?
isn't it the Cult or someone?
No, Russell's favourite band, Foreigner.
Foreigner, yeah! Go on, lads!
Yeah.
I won't get there early then.
I'll tell you what, I'll get there early, watch
got-
Foreigner, then clear off.
You've got to get there for the last one, which is going to be I Want to Know What Love Is. You've got to get there for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be
that'd
more
be
cheesy
brilliant.
than seeing Russell shaking hands with the Queen.
Hey, leave off. I think someone's a little bit jealous because they've not met the Queen because they're too uncouth.
Are you going to Led Zeppelin on Monday, Russell?
No, because some of us are great, big, brilliant movie stars with premieres to go to.
I've seen the trailer of your film.
Which one, St. Trinian's?
Yeah, Centurions, and you looked like what you used to look like when you were a crackhead, but with a trilby on.
Handsome.
Don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember whether I was a crackhead. It's handsome, weren't it? Nice.
You looked like you look like when you look weird actually. You look like a wild dog.
No, I don't. I look brilliant.
No, not now, but you did then. You know when.
Spiv.
Yeah, your eyebrows were kind of pointed and you're dribbling and stuff.
I look like a wild, dribbling
You were.
dog.
You had dog's gums.
I didn't have dog gums. You've got wet dog gums. You wet dog gum arsenic Oasis guitarist. How dare you? What a lot of abuse to absorb.
It's not abuse. It's called flirting.
Flirting, you saucy devil. How's that baby coming on?
He's colossal.
Is he starting to look more like his dad now? You'll have to give him a haircut if he's starting to look like old Russ, or the papers will talk.
Is he starting to like his dad? Have you done what? Are you actually working, or are you on the? Are you promoting this Trinity thing? Is that what you're doing, or are you filming another film?
No, I'm going to the premiere of St Trinian's. It's the premiere of it, so I've got to go to that, haven't I? With my mum.
You've got to go. I've got to go to that, and I with my mum.
You have to go to premieres.
Do you have to watch it?
No, I don't think so. It can't make me concentrate. I'll just look out the back and do shadow puppets, stuff like that. Amuse myself any way I see fit. We've had an interesting show, you know. We spoke to Ronnie Wood a bit earlier.
All right, he's all right, Ronnie. Good mate of mine.
Yeah, he's a laugh, isn't he?
Top man.
Chatting up ballerinas he was at the side of the road.
I went to his. I've been to some parties at Ronnie Wood's house. They're amazing.
Really?
He's got a walk-in fridge that's full of Guinness. I did have when he went on the wagon. He had a walk-in fridge. It's like a room, and from the floor to the ceiling was Guinness, as I remember.
Oh wow, that sounds nice, doesn't it? A big Guinness fridge.
I mean, that's the Rolling Stones, aren't they? You know what I mean? You expect that kind of gear, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they've got quite high standards to maintain. What's been going on this show? Oh, are you aware of our pin sensation, Noel?
Pimping.
Pin. No, not pimping, not yet. We're thinking of moving into that. But pin is like this thing. Matt got stabbed by a pin as a teenager by the school bully Darren French, who went past him on a BMX and went, pin! And stabbed Matt with a pin. Quite funny, I thought. Now, we keep going on about it. Now it's an epidemic, which is a good word to describe it, because it's spreading blood diseases through the playgrounds of Great Britain.
What do you mean? Like people have started doing it, or people have phoned in saying that they had it done to them while they was at school?
No, they're doing it now. Pin, kids are saying, and just pinning each other. It's really good.
Are you seriously suggesting that children listen to your radio show?
Of course they do. They love it, the kids.
What kids?
I don't know, teenagers. We're very popular with teenagers, not like you big dad rocker.
So teenagers are walking off stabbing each other with pins?
Yep, and it's all thanks to me. So when you look back at your legacy of trite albums, remember that people are pinning each other because of Russell.
Sadly, the Gangs of New York, though, is it?
Well, no, I suppose not, no. I ain't seen that yet, but I think I've always thought I'd like to.
Rubbish.
Oh, is it rubbish?
Yeah, it's a bit long, innit?
Oh, F it, I can't bother with any of that then. Life's too bloody short for that sort of aggravation.
No, it's a bit long. So what else have you been up to anyway?
Met the Queen, have I got news for you? Got into a fight with it, well, not a fight. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be on tonight. I went, tonight and yesterday. Well, guess what else I've done? I got into a row with a Yardie cab driver, and I acted like I was much harder than I actually am, confident in the bluff that he's not actually going to kick my head in.
Go on, what about?
He was going, you don't know who you're talking to. I goes, you don't know who you're talking to, son.
You don't know who you're talking to.
You don't know who you're talking to. Hey, I'll take you back to the yard and I'll pop a cap in your so as I will. I'm not very good at Jamaican accents. I'm not good at any accents that could be construed as racist, so that's a good thing. So we got to this row, and I was being like, oh dear, you've got yourself into a proper pickle. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like, I can't do proper fighting talk. I always lapse into saying things that are a bit too me, you know, so it's always sounded a bit rubbish. Because he was going, you don't know me, you don't know who you're dealing with. And I was going, you don't know me. And Matt quite rightly pointed out, yes he does, you're that idiot puff on the telly who we've all seen shook our heads in despair at some time or another.
But what was the row over, though?
He didn't. I was going.
Russell was rude to him.
I wasn't that rude.
He didn't recognise you.
Well, here. This is the hand that touched the Queen a matter of hours ago. Would you like to sniff it?
Yeah. You don't know who you're dealing with. No, that's right. I don't. Who are you?
He started the "you don't know who you're dealing with." I didn't start that.
Yeah, that's why you got a bit sniffy with him, because he just said, "Sorry, mate. I recognise the clothes, but no. Who are you?"
It was a left turn. He missed a left turn, Noel, as a matter of fact.
And that was enough to get your goal?
No, I just went left, like that, and it was a bit abrasive, the way I said it, like that, and that's then it all before that long we were in. But I managed to end it before the end of the journey, and it was a little bit like Ebony and Ivory, and we worked it all out, and we're lovers now. It's all alright, but yeah, he looked tough. Like, do you get into fights anymore? When's the last time you got into any sort of fight or fracas?
Hang on a minute, there might have been a scene with...
Don't say your missus, because we're not going to count that. I'm not Sarah about a bit.
At the Brits was the last time I got into a scene.
Well, the last one, the one I hosted.
Yeah.
What happened?
There was somebody. There was a band of Americans. I think it's that. What are they called?
Chili Peppers.
Absolute. What are they called? They're
Chili Peppers.
They're all right.
No, they're all right. I know them.
Killers.
No, they sung that song about Red Bull.
They sang a song about Red Bull.
Singer wears an hat. He's obviously bald.
Okay. I don't know.
Lawson.
Orson.
You
got into a fight with Orson?
They're a boy
listen,
band.
let me finish.
That's like saying I gave a Chinese burnt and won a Boyzone.
let me finish.
Go on then.
Would you let me finish?
Go on then. All right. I'm not Jeremy Paxman.
And they'd won, they'd won some awards. They all stood up and opened bottles of champagne and popped the corks and started spraying them like they were Formula One drivers.
Right. Silly.
And we were sat at our table, which was next to theirs, and they sprayed it over a couple of the girls we were out with.
Yeah, because you and your brother are so well behaved at award ceremonies in the past. Like that time that Liam gobbed at people in America.
Funnily enough, we actually are. You know what I mean? So because it comes as no surprise to us when we go there that we actually walk away with a couple of these things.
Good
so
manners from your mum Peggy. That's what that is. But
right. Anyway, so I had to stand up and say, "You do that again." Right, which you won't, because you won't win anything ever again, right? There is going to be trouble.
Yeah, nice one.
What did they say?
That was it, really. And
they beat him up.
No, some guy said, "Oh, sorry, the guys are really excited."
That was Woody Allen.
Oh my God, it's not Gallagher. Can you believe it? Oh my God, he's actually here. Don't you rot it.
Not in my face.
Not my face, not the face, my glasses.
So that was the last time I got into a fracas. Apart from with Sarah, which happens on a regular basis.
Regular fracas with Sarah. Who can blame you? She's a very attractive woman. I'd like to fracas our brains out.
Oh, I should be listening to this with her mum, actually, tomorrow night.
Oh, will she? Up at Elaine's place in Scotland?
No, mum's coming to stay with us.
Lovely, very nice. Be on your best behaviour. Don't just think because you're rich it means you can drop your manners. She's not awesome. Don't have a go at her. Don't threaten her if she don't eat up all her boiled egg or something. So you can be very intimidating now. A lot of people are quite scared of you.
No. That's just... No, I'm not intimidating.
Yeah, well, sometimes you are a little bit, but you're so sexy.
Yeah, only... no, you're more intimidating, because you're actually a bit close up in the flesh, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty tall, pretty powerful. And as any London cab driver will testify, I'll be a bit naughty when I want to be. You might get a little smack bum, sunshine. Yeah, no, I'm proper rowdy when I get going. Now, what about that canoe thing?
The what?
The canoe, there's that thing with the canoe, there's that woman who said her husband...
That is colossal, isn't it?
What do you thought? It's a colossal lot of whoppers. It's a silly daft lie.
No, I was saying to somebody today that, I mean, this is the only kind of stuff we find out about. Imagine how mad people's lives are on the quiet, do you know what I mean? It's like the nonsense that's going on outside the Sky News must be... It bends my head.
It sends my head. What you just saying?
Bends his head.
Imagine the nonsense.
Yeah, just imagine. I mean, that's been going on for years and we didn't know, do you know what I mean? It's like the amount of nonsense that's going on in the world. Too much.
Right, because somewhere, right, imagine this, there might be a giraffe or something, and he's married to a man, and the man's I don't even want to be in a marriage, and he hits the giraffe, You're dreaming up bonkers news stories that might have been. Concentrate on your bloody album. Focus.
Well, hang on a minute. What do you think about the canoe story, then?
Well, I think it's funny that some bloke, that they conspired to pretend that the husband was dead, but then got their photo done together while in Panama. Bless him.
They don't look the brightest pair, though, do they?
No, they don't. And also, they had the photo that's leaked out, that's exposed it as a lie, was taken when they were buying an apartment in Panama with the estate agent they were buying the flat from. You don't need to have that photo done. It's not like you need to get your photo done with the estate agent. It's completely unnecessary.
They had it done for the website, didn't they? It's like, can we just get a quick picture for the website?
Oh, yeah, it's not as if I'm pretending to be dead or anything. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, no!
They lied to their sons, though. That's bad.
That is...
Aren't the sons in on it?
No.
No, the sons didn't know. But then again, the sons might be a pair of idiots, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they could be, couldn't they? Yeah, there's no accounting for that. One of our TV ideas that we didn't do for rebrand was, Matt was always dreaming up these ideas. Why don't we pretend you're dead and tell all your family and that you're dead and hold a big funeral and then you can jump out the coffin with an hard-on or something?
No, it wasn't with a hard-on. That would have been good.
Would have been quite good.
Could have gone to your own funeral.
You're quite sure it would have been a big funeral?
Hey, Of course it would have done. It would have been like when Reggie Cray died. The streets would have been lined. Beautiful black stallions with purple plumes on their head. Glorious. All the greats coming out. Pay their respects to me, very much the leader of the Essex gangland community.
I need to say another thing while I'm on. I only got to listen to that message that you left me from Manchester Apollo the other night. You were kind of a bit aggressive towards me at the end of that one.
Oh, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
What?
Yeah, you were getting cheap laughs at my expense in my own town, weren't you?
You
git.
lovely man. What cheap laughs?
I don't know. I couldn't hear you because you sounded like you were talking out your arse. But there was an aggressive tone to your voice towards the end, like pick up the fucking phone or something like that.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was showing off a bit because, like, I was thinking this lot will be really impressed if I act cool about, like, my friendship with Noel Gallagher, like a boy putting his head in a dog's mouth for the amusement of a cousin. That's all that was. You're the dog, I'm the boy, and the cousin in this place is the audience at the Apollo. So, yeah, I apologise for that. I didn't mean to be rude. I was just showing off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rudeness again.
I ain't that rude. I'm nice, if anything. Nice lad.
You should have seen him just now. No, he had a tantrum and threw nuts at the window where the engineers are. Just threw a handful of nuts at the glass.
Because there was a mistake and I needed to get everyone's attention.
What kind of mistake?
They put on the wrong version of Paul Hardcastle's 19. They put on the cricket version, and I went, oh, not the cricket version. No, it wasn't actually. It wasn't that they put on the wrong version. It's that I wanted to keep recording and use the mistake as part of the show because I'm living in the moment, man. I'm an artist. We're cooking with gas, and like then I noticed the mics were down, so I threw some pistachio nutshells at a window in perhaps the most ineffectual tantrum in human history.
Did they just look at you and just be like, arsehole?
Don't think anyone noticed except Matt. Matt went, don't throw nuts at the window. Just shook his head in despair. I thought, this probably is a bit silly what I'm doing now. So.
Anyway, look, I'm right in the middle of doing some vocals here, so I've got to go.
Ooh, I'm in the band. I'll do a vocal. Grow up.
You're not saying that when you're phoning me in front of 2,500 people thinking, right, I'm dying on my arse. How could I possibly divert attention from people going, is there refunds? Do you do refunds?
No, hold on.
I'll phone one of the top 3 Manchester icons. Hello, I'm in your hometown. Say something to the people of Manchester. Say something to them.
I talk like the Elephant Man when I call you. Oh, hello. Yeah, fair enough.
Say something to the people. Right, I'm right in the middle of beans on toast there. You know what I mean?
Alright, go and do a lovely record. We'll look forward to hearing it and buying it.
Matt, I'll see you on Monday.
See you Monday.
Yeah.
I'll be the one holding a lighter aloft during you're as cold as ice.
Well, I'm at a premiere becoming a great big sexy movie star while you lot some watch, others do. That's the real message.
While we're air riffing endlessly and then throwing TVs out Jimmy Cage's hotel room window later on.
He's not going to let you into his hotel room.
Yeah, let's go to the party.
Shabby looking shipwreck.
I'm gonna call you from the party where there'll just be debauchery, old age debauchery.
Yeah, you hanging around with a load of old men while I'm there with St Trinian's cast, loads of lovely 20-year-old birds in school uniforms, you mugs.
You're going out with your mum.
So what? I love her. She was very good to me growing up. All those sandwiches, penguins, etc. What a damn fine woman. God bless you, mum.
Right, I've got to go.
Yeah, all right. See you later, Noel.
Bye.
Bye. There's Noel Gallagher, everyone. Woo, yeah, hooray for him. What have we got to do? Should we put a record on or something? Have we got long?
Yeah.
Let's put a record on. What have we got?
Prince.
What do we want?
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop?
Your dog.
Iggy Pop. Let's put Iggy Pop on. Cheers up. No, Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop. I just did an Iggy Pop. I did an Iggy Pop. It's Iggy Pop. What song?
I want to be your dog.
Well, fair enough. I'd like to be your dog. I want to be your dog. I will eventually become your dog. Iggy Pop. So, okay, well, yes, what a show it's been. It's very nearly at an end now. We've had some magnificent guests. Peter Sissons has been on the show. Wow, what about that then? Ronnie Wood has been on the show. Extraordinary. Noel Gallagher. We have a bizarre mix of people coming on our radio programme. Last week, Dickie Dawkins and Ricky Gervais. Imagine that. Preposterous menagerie of folk. Now, though, we've got this lad, Imhotep here. Now, Imhotep, I met him while doing what can only be described as kind charity work. Imhotep, you alright, mate?
I'm fine, thank you.
Talk into that microphone, Sunshine. Get dead close to it as if you love it. Talk into it. Caress it with your lips. Let the words just leak in there. Now, will you tell our listeners a little bit about how we met? Don't make it sound gay. Good lad.
I met Russell at charity event.
Media Box was a charity. What does that charity? Come close to the mic, mate. Can we just look how close I am? Be that close to it. See, I'm helping him how to learn how to do radio. Yeah,
Russell's the man. Russell's the man.
there we are. Do you hear that? Not my words, the words of Imitep, the cool young lad. Yeah, just speak right into it like that. Okay, so Imitep, tell us, I know how we met, obviously, of course I do. I was there, I was concentrating, I was absorbing every second of it. But tell our listeners, and Matt and G, how kind I am and what happened.
Russell came down and hosted an event that was happening. It was put on together by Media Box, which is basically a government grant which provides young people from the ages of 13 to 19 to take part in media and make their own films and whatnot.
And exactly how much was I paid for doing that, Imitep?
Exactly, zilch.
Nothing. So what motivation could I have had for doing such a thing?
Sex.
No, just kindness. Although, yes, admittedly, I did have some sex. Now, I didn't have sex with Media Box, although thinking about it now, what a sexy name for a charity. Oh, I've got a little Media Box. Oh, I bet you bloody well have. Here's my firewire. So, listen, okay, what is it? You are an ambitious young man. What is it you want to do?
I want to do many things.
Well, so do all of us, mates. You better bloody well focus. Because, like, a lot of them kids, you didn't make it. Oh, young people. A lot of them young people made films, right? You didn't make a film.
No, they made short documentaries. That's
Right.
what they did. I was on another Media Box project where I was directing.
You're directing?
Yeah.
What'd you direct?
We made a contemporary Oliver Twist story.
Who are you playing?
I'm directing, mate.
You're directing it?
I'm the chief director, mate.
How'd you find directing a short film?
It was very good.
Do you mind shouting at people? Can you do that?
Yeah.
You did what you were comfortable.
Saved more passion. Go for it. No.
Good direction. Fair enough. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 19 at the
Look
moment.
at him, 19. No, 19. That's all it is. Where's his hero's welcome? He's not had one, has he? We're just listening to the Paul Hardcastle song, 19. Okay, so you like directing, but also you do stand-up, don't you, mate?
Yes, I'm fundamentally a poet, and I've started mixing stand-up comedy with poetry. I've been doing that. And I'm also doing a range of charity works.
Well, I'll tell you who else does mix stand-up comedy with poetry. That's a little man over there. Well, he's not little, actually. He's quite a sturdy chap called Mr. G. He mixes up stand-up, like at our gigs that I do, where I do stand-up
Okay.
in the country. He comes on first, does some stand-up and poetry. Sometimes I stand in the wings and listen, just shaking my head, thinking, could he not be a bit kinder about me? A little bit more, make me sound a little bit more glamorous. Yeah, so it's quite an interesting fusion to be able to do stand-up comedy and poetry. Quite a difficult thing, because often poetry is quite sort of serious, ain't it? And the stand-up obviously has to be funny. So didn't you get to the Hackney Empire final?
It was an event called The Fresh Prince of Hackney.
The Fresh Prince of Hackney?
Yeah, it was.
God,
put
dear.
together by Kojo, the comedian. And I went down there with my partner in crime, who's a beatboxer.
Hold on, you don't do any crimes, do you? Let me
Oh,
just
no.
clarify. Because we can't have you on the show.
No, and I wouldn't confess to any of them on air.
You cheeky boy, 19 years old, he's insinuating stuff. I thought where are you from anyway?
I'm from West London.
Oh yeah, West London. I don't know about that. Is that West London? They're naughty, aren't they? The people in West London. What abouts in West London?
White City Estate.
Oh no, White City Estate. Are you a drug addict? Of course he ain't. Look at him. Look at his lovely little face, all fresh-faced, all full of dreams. You interviewed me, didn't you, as well? like that?
Yeah, I did interview Mr. Russell Brand, and if anyone wants to see it, they can go onto the Media Box site and see it.
Well, I recommend that they do, because what a brilliant interview it was, wasn't it? I was particularly good, I thought. You were all right. Imitep, it was fine, but me, I soared.
The limelight.
That's where I belong, isn't it? Let's be honest. And then afterwards, you met some. Now, what happened? Because there's that bit at the end where you goes, "Oh, I want to do sketches. I want to do sketch comedy." I introduced you to them people from BBC Three and that bloke from MySpace.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
I took their details, and I'm going
That
to...
better not mean their wallets, young man.
No.
You just took their details. Yeah, then what happened?
And I wouldn't tell you if I took their wallets either.
You're very, very secretive and clandestine about your crimes, which I imagine you don't do. You seem like a lovely lad. I'm turning into Alan Partridge, you know. Well, it's fun to talk about crime for a while. Okay, so yeah, all right. So let's think of what we can do that's positive and helpful for you. What are you going to be doing over? What's the next things you want to get up to, and see if we can help?
Okay. Right now I'm going to go to Ghana for a month.
Why?
I'm going to do some charity work there for a group called Forward.
You are the charity work. You don't do the charity work. Where's it going to end? Then the people in Ghana, what are they going to do? Oh, we're off to Sudan. Then what's going to happen? Where will it all end? This chain of charity work, of which I am at the top, which I kind of like, because no one's doing no charity work for me. I've been strutting around, living it up.
Was Russell rude to anyone at Media Box? Was there any rudeness?
Not to my knowledge. I think maybe behind closed doors.
I was pretty cool actually that day. I was very nice to all
Behind
of the young
closed
people.
doors, there was some rudeness. Some screaming.
Now listen, you're mixing my words now. That's not fair. You're an immature. You're ganging it up. You're ganging it up against me. It's not on. No, I was all right. Well, no, that day I did a good speech, captured the tone quite well. I get like a 19-year-old kid and just boast about how good I am. Now you have got lovely charisma. You're a beautiful-looking young man. You've already got to this Hackney Empire final thing, Fresh Prince of Hackney or whatever it is. Sounds bizarre to me, but I'm sure it's jolly good. Now, what you're off to Ghana to do charity work. What are you going to do when you get back to this country?
When I get back, I'm going to come and do a film course. I like this directing thing.
Directing you want to do now?
And I'm going to learn everything I need to know about film and pursue my stand-up poetry as well.
That's the spirit. Now, Mr. G will be able to help you with the poetry and the stand-up. I'll be able to help you with film directing. You need a keen eye, Imhotep, to make a film. That's what I've learned from my time in the movie business. And if you watch St. Trinians, which I suggest you do, you'll see there a young De Niro-esque style actor strutting around with what Noel Gallagher described as dog's gums. So, okay, well done, mate. It's lovely to have had you in here. If there's anything else you want to say, now's your chance to say it. Do you want to go, oh, look at this website or anything? You've done the Media Box website. Is there anything else you want to harp on about?
Check my MySpace.
Check your MySpace. Go on then. What is it?
It'll let you know what events I'm doing.
How would they find you? Imhotep. How would they find you?
MySpace.com/Imhotep07.
Imhotep07.
How'd you spell it?
IMO.
You spelt it wrong.
Damn you and your complicated name.
Man, I've had too many. So no one could say my name.
I said it all right. Imhotep, tep.
Yeah, but I've had Imhomotep to many different things.
That must be hurtful. At your age.
Many different names, but you can say but it's IMHOTEP.
Right, check him out on MySpace. Right,
07.
thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Shout out to my mum.
Look here, Mum. You've done a bloody good job. You've brought a wonderful young man into the world. Now, let's all of us welcome together our poet laureate and perhaps a new mentor for Imhotep, Mr. G, the poet laureate of the show. Woo, here he is. Yeah, all right.
Okay, this poem is called The Loaded Weapon. I saw an arrow being shot high into the night sky, beyond the city streets, beyond horizons flying high, amidst the apple and nut spray, using flixies for luck, say, as Mr. Sisson reminisces over McCartney and Tarbuck plays. I saw a stone-rolling ballerina patrolling man with a paintbrush in his hand, overhearing the joyous cheering as a mini-slash appears into the land. Noel's returned to his former glory after a much-missed hiatus, discussing with Russell the muscle that comes along with their celebrity status. I saw a taxi cab driver arriving into a world where attraction begins, beyond the city streets where cockneys and yardies pin. You don't know who you're dealing with, mate, and you missed that left turn too. Check out how hard my gang is on Radio 2.
Woo! Yes! Yeah. There it is, all on the mic, Mr. G. It's all happening here. He makes it up straight out of his brain. What a fantastic show it's been. Let's thank all of our guests. Ronnie Wood, Noel Gallagher, who else? Peter Sissons. Hello, I'm Peter Sissons. I'll be home in 15 minutes. You better get yourself ready and stiff, taut and buoyant. Peter Sissons. I never thought... I tell you what, I find him more attractive now. Are you attracted to Sissons in any way, Matt?
No.
No, neither am I.
I'm respectful.
Neither am I. I'm respectful. I keep a distance from him. Imhotep, you've been a wonderful guest as well. Where are you going? Oh, going to our gig. Mr. Right, yeah, all right. And watch me and Matt's show on BBC 4, 9 o'clock, the 12th, we think it's on. It's called On the Road with Russell Brand, I believe it's called. So have a look at that. It's brilliant. Watch me and I've got news for you tonight, and continue with your revolutionary fervour and thoughts, because I think we're getting closer, edging ever closer to a spiritual utopia. Join us next week on this show. Keep this show at number 1. Download it. Keep this podcast number 1, why don't you? Next week there'll be someone else here from Media Box. I don't know how they're going to be as talented, as handsome as young Imhotep here, but by God, they'll have to try. Now we're going to. What's your problem? I can see you doing a little face.
Nothing.
You looked at me. I see, because I can read you now, young man. When you watch the Jack Kerouac thing, look out for Matt's complexion. Dolled up like Barbara Cartland, he is there. Made up to the nines like Widow Twanky. Wandering around there with his lip gloss on and his eyeshadow. Stiff as a board in a corset, trying to hold his tummy in.
You fool.
Okay then, so yeah, thank you very much for the show. Keep listening. You got any messages, Matt?
No, I'm done.
You're done? Imhotep, you want to...
Shout out to your mum as well.
Oh, actually, I wanted to say about that Mohammed Bear thing.
What do you want to say about it? Hey.
Russell just farted.
I did not. I don't even have an anus.
The children decided to call it Mohammed, not the teacher.
What's that? What do you want them to go to prison? What's your point?
Yes.
Justice!
No, but, you know,
Bang
include
the
them in
kids
the
up.
blame.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, that's the, it's a complicated world of religion and fundamentalism for you. It's a difficult business. But if you're saying, Matt, jail children, I'll back you to the hill. This is Russell Brand on Radio 2. Boy, I love you, boy!
Oh, I hate that.